Welcome to the Instagram stories for Friday, September 29th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. The biggest news of the day has to do with Twitter. This comes from an event called the Code Conference, where the CEO of Twitter, Linda Yaccarino, spoke on the company's plan to become profitable. I'm going to share with you a clip from this talk, but before I do, just a little bit of context. Twitter, as a company, has not turned an annual profit in the first 13 years of its existence. And it was bought by Elon Musk about a year ago. Elon's plan was to make the company profitable. Here is a clip of the CEO, Linda Yaccarino, talking about that exact topic.
Okay, so one question I have is, what are the daily active users that you have? Because that is the metric that Twitter was using before Elon Musk came over. And you mentioned the Sarah Eisen interview. What are your daily active users? And then also you told Sarah you were nearing profitability. How close are you?
Yeah, well, that's so exciting. I'll get back to your first question. But what's so exciting is that from an operating cash flow perspective, we're just about break even. So the kind of other emotion that was painted in the previous talk, we feel pretty good about where we are. And when I did the other talk that you said was in August, it was too soon. I think it was about 5 or 6 weeks in. I couldn't have eyes on even the rest of third quarter, let alone fourth quarter. So now that I have immersed myself in the business and we have a good set of eyes on what is predictable and what's coming, is that it looks like in early 24, we'll be turning a profit. So that's exciting. I want to get back to another stat about 75%, or I think he said 60% of advertisers had left the platform or something.
Well, that's what Elon Musk said.
No, he said 60% of advertising revenue. He didn't say advertisers. But again, another point of distinction when you're talking about months and months old information. So 90% of the top 100 advertisers have returned to the platform. In the last 12 weeks alone, about 1,500 have returned. So whether it is small business or big brands, right, like AT&T, Visa, Nissan, all returning. Why are they returning? They are returning because of the power and significance of the platform, the place that X has in this world.
So Why? Do you have a stat on daily active users?
Yeah, I'm going to. Probably 200, 250, something like that.
So
there is more to that interview. I'm going to link to it in the show notes, whether you listen to it in audio format or watch the clip on YouTube. I definitely think the entire video is worth watching. I am continuing to get through it myself. And now, because it's Friday, let's get into a product or service that I think you should know about. Recently, I've been talking about Because I Love It on this show. Because I Love It, also known as Billy, is an interesting product that does a lot of things, but centered around helping you start to earn money from your social media following. I recently had the owner, Adrian, on my podcast, and we talked about one of the tools that's within Because I Love It, designed to help you create content by using AI. This is super interesting. I think you're really going to like this.
Like a lot of folks, as AI has come out over the last year, we've tested it. We used it ourselves. We use it for some of our content writing. So really what we wanted to say was, can we use AI tools and technology to do two things for creators? Can we help them be more efficient? And can we help them be more effective? So the theory being, can we help a creator develop their content faster, and we can help them develop it in a way that connects with their audience better. So what we did some tests with some of our creator community. There's a country music singer named Jessica Lynn, and as an example, and we did some tests with her of her own written content versus AI written content. So if you're a creator and you get a product from a brand, you like a brand, sometimes that takes a bit of research for you to do. Understand the brand, understand what stands out about them, understand the features of the products. That research is going to take you some time. So we have all that information in our database, right? So we can make that process easier for you as a creator. But we also wanted to see if we could make that content more effective. So we did some tests over the course of a month. And actually what we found was we had we had natural human written text and comments to go along with the social post. And we had AI written text and comments to go along with the social post. And we did fairly controlled tests. And what we found was that our AI written content performed 28% better. And that means 28% better in terms of engagement. So in terms of likes, views, shares, forwards, that sort of stuff, the AI written content performed 28% better. So that's great for our creators because it solves a couple problems, right? It solves a problem of helping them be more efficient and save time when they're creating content. And it helps them stand out and create content that their audience engages with better. So we've done those tests. We've implemented it into our platform, and we're going to be launching the first versions of that very shortly, which we're pretty excited about. And the feedback we've had from creators who tested it, and as well as our brand partners, is quite positive.
To hear the rest of the interview, look for the Instagram Stories podcast wherever you get podcasts, or you can find it directly in the show notes for this episode, as well as a link to BecauseILoveIt.com with a free gift of $100 credit so that you can get started. As always, thank you so much for listening to the show. Be sure to come back on Monday for more Instagram news, social media news, other strategy, things that I think you need to know. You can always find it here on the Instagram Stories.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's the type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.